Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here and we're gonna preview the race. I'm gonna be honest, kind of forgot about doing this video until I was like just about to chill. So this will be interesting. But yeah, so we're gonna jump into it. I do also just want to acknowledge tomorrow we're gonna have our preview video. Should be fun. We'll see how it is, how I feel about doing that. I got the COVID vaccine first part of that today, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Right now I'm feeling fine, but arm's a little sore, but we'll see how it is tomorrow. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Just if you're expecting something to be super exciting tomorrow, we'll see how the video goes. But yeah, so we got that. That went pretty well today. Super quick, super easy. So looking forward to getting that second part and being done. But let's preview Talladega. That's what we're all here for. My favorite race of the year, my favorite track that NASCAR races on is Talladega. So, of course, Talladega's difficult to predict. I mean, you can pretty much say anybody in the field has a shot to win. So, yeah, let's take a look at least for the starting lineup here. Honestly, pretty good front row with Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano. Both drivers that know how to race super pseudos very, very well. You got Ryan Blaney in 7th. He's pretty solid there. Brad Keselowski in 10th. Looking forward to them moving forward early. Michael McDowell, the previous winner at super speedways. Of course, he won at Daytona. He is starting in 23rd. Again, anybody in this field has a shot to win it. Of course, Harrison Burton making his debut. That'll be interesting to see how he does in a Cup car. So, he's doing the Gaunt brothers racing there in the 96 car. Again, anybody can do anything in this race. You have a shot to win. I'm interested how Stewart Haas cars do. Of course, they haven't been brilliant this year, so maybe this is their opportunity to make up a little bit of ground, get some good results at a track they typically run well as a team. That's pretty much all I got for Talladega. Again, it's a wild race. Anything can happen. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really know how to preview a race that is so unpredictable. You're going to hear it all race. It's just, when's the big crash going to happen? And how do you get through that? How do you get through a big crash when it happens? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the front? Do you want to be in the back? Obviously, being in the middle is not where you want to be. So that's, the big thing is what drivers do. Sometimes you see them hang out way in the back, almost losing the draft so far back. Some of them want to be in the lead. Of course, there can be a crash at any spot, but those are typically your safe bets to be in front of it all or way, way behind it all that you have enough time. You can slow up and sort of make your way through it. But if you're in the middle, you're pretty much done. So it's definitely an interesting race. There's so much different things that could play out. And of course, if we get green flag pit stops, how do you all do that? I don't really like green flag pit stops normally. I feel they're kind of boring to me because it just sort of all cycles through and nothing really happens. But Talladega and Daytona, they're so interesting to see the cars going from coming off a corner at 200 miles an hour down to like whatever pit road speed is. What's pit road speed here? 70. Yeah, you got to go from 200 down to 70. Like, that's a pretty big rate of, you know, deceleration, braking in a pretty short area to get that down, especially in these cars that are big, not the best brakes, especially when the brakes aren't going to be super hot either. You're not really braking that much. You might, tap the brakes, but it's not like mile and a halfs. It's not like short tracks where every corner, even road courses, obviously, every track besides the super speedways, you're on the brakes. Like road courses, always on it. Short tracks, always on it. Mile and a halfs, you're typically on it. Maybe with the packages now, you're not as much, but you're still braking more. Where super speedways, you might catch if somebody slightly tap the brake, but you're not hard on the brakes. So they're going to be a lot colder when you come in. Things can always go wild when you see green flag pit stops at tracks like Talladega and Daytona. But so ready for it, so excited to just sort of see what happens here at Talladega. Again, favorite track of the year. So love the track itself. I think it's so cool. It's just wild that it's just that little bit more, bigger than Daytona. So much wider. It's just so much to it. Just the fact of how big that track is. 2.66 miles. Like, that's wild. Every single time you see those cars go into the corner, grouped up so fast, I absolutely love it. And again, just the other side of it, just how wild the fans get when they're there, because it's Talladega, it just up to another level. Like the wild stuff that happens at that track, fan wise, is a thing that's pretty interesting just to hear about, see videos of what takes place there. Of course, this year it's not gonna be the same, but just like it was last year. But there'll be a time when it does get back to being that wild as it was, in the infield and all that stuff. So it's just it's a cool track. So many different things happening there, and anybody can win it. So, Fox has been hyping up this most wild season ever, whatever, best season ever. And looking at it, I don't really like to pull the NBC let's look at playoffs this early, but I think something like this year, it's interesting because there's so many drivers that have wins. Martin Truex, Joe Logano, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman, and Michael McDowell. Like, McDowell at this point is actually below the cutoff line, but with that win, is in. He's down to 17th. So that's one driver already in that is in purely on a win. And with drivers like Kevin Harvick not killing it, Kyle Busch not killing it, like, if you get a driver that comes in with a shock win at this track, I mean, you get a driver like Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, they're all below that line. That shakes things up and makes it a little bit more interesting. Because again, I personally don't like playoffs. I don't like talking about them until it gets to like 2 races to go. I think when NBC takes over their broadcast, they start hyping that up so quickly when nobody's actually interested. I think playoffs are just a dumb concept. And I'd rather just have a championship that goes to the last race and whoever's the best driver is the champion. I think that's how it should be. Nonetheless, it's the format that we have. And throughout the season, there are a few races that can shake it up. And none better than Talladega and Daytona. And we get to a track like this, I think it's something that's a little worthy to talk about. So, if we see one of those drivers, Ricky Stenhouse did a few years ago, put himself in with that win at Talladega. You can see it again this year. So I'm very interested to see what happens. Either way, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. In my mind, it's tomorrow. We'll see you later tonight for a review video of the Geico 500. I didn't even say the title name. Oh, picks. Picks. We didn't make a pick yet. Who we picking? Ryan Blaney. He's won this a few times. I think he does win it. I mean, again, I'm just guessing a name. He won it last year, so I'm going to say Ryan Blaney again. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one.